Hang up. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
What's up, gamers? Today we're hitting the streets in Soviet-era style with the nimble Khan Lo4f, or also known as the Khan Lo4f. The Loaf is a decent scouting van, and the only one that we have available in SnowRunner. Sporting both permanent all-wheel drive and diff lock, this 4x4 panel van is well accustomed to all kinds of terrain across the region of SnowRunner, but it's sadly lacking in some key areas. The unlicensed in-game model is based on the 1965 UAZ 452, making this not only tied for second oldest truck in SnowRunner, but the oldest truck that is still in production today. The Bukhanka van is known in Russia as the loaf of bread, with the Khan Lo4f or loaf being a subtle nod to that. These 4 metre long vans have remained little changed since 1965, with the last major refits occurring in 1985, including new gauges and wing mirrors. The latest 2010 models are now sporting ABS, power steering, seat belts, and even heated leather seats. Powering the UAZ 452 is a 4-cylinder ZMZ 451 engine, outputting 78 horsepower and 166 Nm of torque. This power plant was eventually replaced in the 1985 change with the Euro 4 engine, upping the horsepower to 112 and taking the towing capacity from 800 kilograms to 1.1 tonnes. Coupled with its 220mm ground clearance and curb weight of 1.8 tonnes, this made the UAZ 452 a highly versatile van, with its many configurations still being popular today. The mechanical upgrade selection is decent for the Loaf. It has all the usual suspects: suspension, tyres, snorkels and winches are all there, and it does enjoy a large roof rack to increase its 80-litre tank's range. What's disappointing is the top-end engine modifications being limited to a B- at best. Much like the Don 71, this doesn't limit its on-road potential, but does greatly limit its off-road potential, which is further exacerbated by the maximum tyre size and lack of a tuned lift kit that was available on the Don. At a maximum of 33 inches, you'll find the Loaf will frequently get stuck in mud that its ground clearance and suspension are not suitable for. The in-game model of the Khan Lo4f is great, and again is fairly close to the real-world truck for an unlicensed vehicle, sporting almost every unique detail from the 452 down to the headlights, grille and panel windows. The only real differences I could find were in the indicator light placements, the grille pattern, and the lack of sliding side doors. The cosmetic selection to support the model is very extensive also, with many unique items and bumpers to add to the Khan Lo4f. The welded snorkel, rear ladder, protective cage, and several of the front bumpers were great additions, allowing for many different configurations to keep your Loaf unique. The paintwork and DLC livery for this are great, with several of the colour palettes giving a real Volkswagen 2 van feel, with beachy tones and that signature bodyline two-tone styling. The only disappointment I found was with the custom sun visor again being plagued by the colour glitch when equipped with the DLC livery, but I did find a workaround for it this time. Simply equip the livery, then hover over the other colour options until you find the colour you want for the sun visor, back out of the colour selection and voila, you've got a coloured sun visor to go with the livery, though it does revert to default white on each return to the garage. Now onto the usability. With its suspension upgrade and 33-inch tyre set, the Khan Lo4f is one of the most fun vehicles to drive in my opinion. With its low centre of gravity, even when equipped with the top-heavy roof rack, it's able to bounce around like a bowl of jelly over terrain and still remain on its wheels. Sadly, this fun can be stifled when it gets bogged in a small ditch yet again. Its versatility is also lacking. While it is more capable at towing than the Don 71, the fact that it has an empty internal space that really could have been utilised maybe as a single slot cargo hold is very disappointing. and essentially makes its inclusion as the only SnowRunner van practically useless. Overall, the Khan Lo4f is an awesome take on the legendary UAZ 452, detailing every point that makes the real van great, while also giving it a place within SnowRunner. Sadly, that place is solidified in the early game with its lack of game-changing upgrades or unique abilities. The Lo4f is a great van, but it's not the greatest thing since sliced bread. So if you enjoyed this look at the off-roading bag of bread that is the Khan Lo4f, or just want to see more SnowRunner content, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in Tamer soon.